Yes. What's up, everybody? God damn it. Hello, everybody. How are you? Welcome back to His Point of Review. Jesus. We're going to get ourselves together. I promise. I promise.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Disclaimer: it was not my fault. Normally he hits the button and immediately starts talking. Today he hits the button and just sits there. How was I to know?
Well, I can't, I have to wait until it says live. Just a little note for anybody using Google Hangouts. When you hit broadcast, it's usually a second or two delay, sometimes a little more, until it actually goes live. Once I see the button that says live, I start speaking. So that's what happened. That and the fact that she asked me if I hit the button after I hit the button. So she just threw me completely off. Anyway, moving on from that. So this episode we have topics. We actually have a few topics to talk about, including two that we're going to discuss in detail. But first, I'm going to just run through a couple of news articles. One being the New York Gay Pride Parade is today, and they have dedicated, of course, to the Orlando shootings, which was a really cool thing. As far as I know, nothing's happened. I actually know someone who works a block from where the parade is being held, and he's like, it's been pretty smooth all day, which is a blessing because you know how people are these days with the craziness.
Yep.
Um, and then the other news story is the Brexit, as they like to call it, the controversy going over in Britain over their EU referendum. For those of you who don't know, just to give you background, Brexit is basically this referendum that certain members in Parliament came up with to have Britain remove themselves from the European Union, which is basically a group of European countries that work together with their like economic system. Pretty much, that's where the euro comes from. And people in Britain, there's been some people who want to be independent of it so that they can do everything on their own, control their own trade, their own market, things like that. Well, the people thought that it was a good idea and they voted for it. Then the people realized they didn't know what the fuck they were voting for. And I'll put the articles in the description because they voted for Britain to exit out of the EU. After that, it became a huge thing to Google in Britain because a lot of people didn't realize what exactly they were voting for after they heard about the big market fluctuation, all these issues on the world market. Over here, we've had issues with our stock market and like all over the world. Just financial markets have been going nuts because economists are like, you know, screaming, end of the world. Businessmen are like pulling their hair out. It's madness. The British market pretty much like had a big dip. So people started to panic. They were like, well, what the fuck did we just do? And then they realized what the fuck they just did. So now there is a petition out. Over 2.5 million people have voted to have a second vote on the EU referendum. I guess now to say no, we changed our minds. We want to stay. Um, it's wild because even Obama said, "Yo, this pretty much puts Britain at the end of the list as far as trade is concerned. Now that they're out of the EU, because the EU was something that a lot of people supported or they probably were used to. So it's madness. It's madness, people. What do you think about it?
Well, they're idiots. How are you going to vote on something and not know what it is? Especially something that big. You you would think that before the vote even took place, that, but I don't know how their system works over there, but you would think that somebody would have been saying, hey, these are the pros and cons of staying, these are the pros and cons of leaving, and then going that way. But I guess over there they just think of something and then throw it up there to vote, and then people vote, and then we rethink it. And can they really re-vote on that?
Well, being a referendum, you can, because
Okay, gotcha. I missed that part. Sorry.
yeah, it's a referendum, so they're lucky that they didn't actually vote the law in, because they wouldn't have been able to do so until like the next election, or
But what are their
they would have to petition Parliament to repeal the law or
do
something like that. It would have to been
to leave?
yeah, they would have had the court to get involved, all that shit. It would have been a mess.
But do we know
Thankfully,
why they thought that would be a good idea to, like, what did they think they were voting on? That's what I want to know. What did they think they were voting on?
I do too, but this leads to like my whole thing about a lot of things with
Knowing
people
about
politics.
Yep.
Where they listen to what people tell them, but they don't actually listen to, like, read into the details and things like that. Because I'm sure these people who were for it in Parliament weren't going into serious detail. They were probably given the whole, we need to do this because this is best for Britain. We don't need to be with the EU. That's stifling us. We need to be independent. And people were like, fuck yeah, Britain needs to be independent. This ain't good. Instead of going, because there is a website that explains what that referendum was. So people could have went and read. But no, they got caught up in the rhetoric and they voted for something that they had no clue about. And now everybody's like all of a sudden in a panic over this. And again, it's a referendum, so they're lucky because it's not something that they have to do, or that, I mean, they were going to do it because they were going to honor it, and it was going to be something that was going to take years to really go into effect anyway. So they're lucky that they didn't just institute some type of law that they would have not liked, because they were saying like people were going to not make as much money anymore. Countries were going to cut off trades with Britain and things like that, causing them to lose money. Yeah, they pretty much were going to go into a depression for a couple of years until that shit sorted out.
You know what this reminds me of, though? I can't remember which late night TV show it was, but they were going around asking people, would you vote for Obamacare? And everybody was like, no, I wouldn't. And then they said, well, would you vote for this? And all of those were things that were Obamacare. So people were saying, no, I wouldn't vote for Obamacare. He's a socialist, blah, blah, blah. It's not right, blah, blah, blah. Well, what about this? Oh, that's much better than Obamacare. That is great. That is what we need in our country. And it was the same thing. But because people put our president's name on it, nope, that shit's horrible. Nope, we don't want that. But then as soon as they break it down, nobody, and I'm sure it's editing and all of that, but nobody that they showed said, no, I don't want these points. Everybody said yes, and everybody said no to the Obamacare.
Yeah, it's all about how you frame it. I hate to do this, but going on Trump, that's why he's so popular.
And we not talk about that man.
But I mean, it's all of the politicians, when people like them, it's because they hear what they say, but they don't necessarily pay attention to what they actually are doing. They don't care that a lot of the times they don't have any specific game plan. They're just saying, yeah, I'm going to do this. Okay, how are you going to do it? Well, we'll discuss that later. That's fine. Cool. You said you're going to do it. I'm good. I'm down with you. It doesn't work like that, people. It really doesn't work like that. And I'm sorry that I brought his name up, but I mean, he actually played a part in this whole EU thing too, because he went to his golf course and made a comment about Scotland
Idiot.
going with the vote that the rest of Britain did, and Scotland eviscerated them. It's hilarious. If you can find the tweets, in fact, I'll put the link in the description because they fucking smashed him online. And of course, I don't think he took his tweet down because he never thinks he's wrong. So it is what it is. But they're trying to kick him out of that country like really bad. They just actually voted this guy as the Scotsman of the Year for his work that he's done and trying to get his golf course shut down because he wants Trump out of there. And the Scottish people are with him. They want him to get the fuck out of their country.
Wow.
And that's who y'all want for president, y'all.
Can we do that here?
Feels that way about.
Can we do that?
Huh?
Can we start the same movement to get him out of here?
I would like to get him out of fucking DC, taking fucking national monuments and turn them into Trump hotels. Really?
That's your president.
Ain't my president. I'm Canadian.
Hell, we may need to move there if we ain't careful.
I'm gonna be Canadian or fuck. What other country can I move to? I suppose. God, somewhere I'll find someplace. It's fine. Hey, us black people are used to running to Canada over bullshit. So it ain't a hard thing to repeat again. Trust me. Moving on. I think that was all the. Oh, by the way, rest in peace to Bernie Worrell, member of Parliament. Sucks that 2016
is not
like the biggest celebrity serial killer in history, it seems, because every celebrity seems to be dying this year. Gee.
Yep.
It's crazy. But if you don't know who Bernie Worrell is, I'd suggest you go listen to Parliament and then go listen to a lot of hip hop, especially West Coast hip hop, because I'm a fan of NWA, Dr. Dre, and Snoop, all of them. A lot of their music was influenced by him in Parliament. So, yeah. All right, now let's move to the first topic of discussion, which is your topic, and I have no clue about it. So I'm looking forward to being surprised by what you have to share.
What? Oh, the Facebook groups.
I'm glad you forgot what you want to talk about.
Come on. Okay, so a lot of us are on Facebook and a lot of us are in Facebook groups. I am in a Facebook group. I'm in several Facebook groups. Some of them add value. Some of them just are stuff for me to do. But a group of us were having a conversation about Facebook groups. And Mike, are you a member of any Facebook groups?
Yeah, but not any that I really like. Mostly gaming related stuff, like geek stuff is most of my
boring stuff. Before y'all come for me, I am just joking. I think gaming is exceptional, and I wish I could be one of those chicks that could just sit up and play games all day and get paid for it. You know, put on my little booty shorts and a tank top and just play.
They ban you now for that.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Well, they're supposed to, I should say.
I was gonna say I don't know because I've seen some and I'm like, that's interesting.
Yeah, they're trying to make strides to stop that.
Well, that's good.
Yeah,
that's good. But okay, so my fruit roll up. So I'm in Facebook groups, and some of them are really, really good. You have good dialogue. You have good conversation. You make friends. You connect with people on different levels, which is fantastic. I mean, I really can't bash anything online because, I mean, that's how I met Mike. So and we're like the best of friends now. But what I was wondering was that in a Facebook group, or even just online in general, not necessarily Facebook, but how serious do you take people online? Like, for instance, in one of my Facebook groups, somebody will say all women or all men. And me, I just read it. I may make a comment and go on. But some people are like, how dare you say all women? How dare you say all men? You're judging the masses. You're this, you're that. And they take it so personal. And I'm like, man, it's just Facebook. And we don't even know if that person is really expressing their views or if they're just getting a rise out of us. So what do you think? This is gonna be good.
Me if I take how serious do I take people on the internet? My answer is I don't take them that serious at all. I've always said that a lot of people will say whatever they want on the internet because they can. I've always said that the internet is probably the biggest, like, it's one of the biggest positives and the biggest negatives on society. It's positive because it could bring people together like we would have never met if it wasn't for the internet. That's a good thing. But you wouldn't have people out there who like to get a rise out of other people, who like to say really racist things, to draw attention to themselves, who will say just whatever bullshit they can because they feel like they can. You know what I mean? So it's hard to take a lot of people serious for me because it seems like more and more people just want to be super, super negative. On the podcast I did last night with this guy, we were talking about that, how it's like it's easier to go ahead and say negative shit on the internet because it's a way to draw attention.
Keyboard thugs. They can hide behind their keyboard.
Yeah.
But what I found, and mind you, guys, I'm only saying Facebook groups because those are really the only groups that I'm a part of. I'm not in any other web groups or anything like that. And the groups that I am a part of are amazing groups. I think one of my favorite one is my prayer Facebook group, where you have an issue. I mean, some people just ask for prayer for a test, but then some people ask for prayer for a drug addicted child or a neighbor who lost a family member. Like, it's a real family type environment in that group. The other ones are family environments too. I actually have 3 favorite Facebook groups, and I'll only name one because this one you come in and then you just share your work. The other ones are more of a different type of dynamic. But Black Artists Connected on Facebook, I don't know if I added you or not, Mike, but Black Artists Connected, it is an amazing group. You get to see people's artwork. And of course, artwork could be anything from paintings to drawings to graphic art to music to makeup to just whatever you consider art. So if you guys are looking to purchase or to maybe add to your collection with some up and coming artists, phenomenal group. They do everything. I seen one guy, he went live and I'm supposed to be doing homework, but it didn't work out that way because I'm looking at him and it was right after Prince passed away. And he had these heels that he was customizing. And those things were nice. But he took a pair of just basic women heels, probably nothing fancy or anything. but he made them into an amazing piece of artwork. And I could see why somebody would want to purchase them and wear them. I probably would just purchase them and be like, you know what? These are just too cute. I'm just going to sit these up. Really, really good. So Black Artists Connected, if you guys aren't on there. But the other thing with Facebook groups is that I think people get so emotional and like it gets crazy in there. It gets to subliminal messages, like the whole nine. And sometimes I think that it can be a genuine conversation. And then sometimes I think you have people that they're not going to give you a genuine conversation no matter what you say. I could literally go into one group that I'm in, and depending upon how people are feeling about me, about whatever that day, and I could put, I really hate when a man does whatever, when a man doesn't call. On a good day, you might get one or two that says, yeah, I understand. But when they are out there getting jiggy with it, so to speak, it might be 200 and some comments off of that. And what do you mean men don't call? It's the men you meet, or it's you, like they go in. And like I am one group I am an admin in, and I mean I think of it as my job isn't to police people on Facebook. That's not my job. I just try to make sure that they're not going too far to the left or too far to the right where it's inappropriate. And then I try not to let my personal opinions go in, where I'd be like, you know what? I'm going to delete this post and kick this person out. Because there are a lot of things that I don't necessarily agree with or that I don't like. But to keep the dialogue flowing, and I want it to be as organic as possible, I just let it go. But Facebook groups can be daunting. And I am in total agreement with you about the whole people are nastier when they're online. I think that they say more inflammatory things when they are online. I also think, though, that a lot of people are more transparent when they're online as well, because I just know what you present to me as far as your name, your face, whatever. And if you feel a certain way sitting behind the keyboard, a lot of people feel like they have a lot of power and that they can say negative stuff or they can say inflammatory things and that they can say it without repercussion. And that the computer is a powerful tool. I tell my kiddos that all the time. But I do think that being behind the keyboard, you'll learn a lot about people. I think that they reveal things about themselves that they would not ordinarily reveal if you were standing in front of them or sitting in front of them having a conversation.
No, they won't. And the whole idea that there's no repercussion, I find that laughable because there's always a repercussion.
Well, no immediate repercussions for them is what they're thinking.
Yeah, I know, but that's the thing. There are, because lately, especially over the last, I'd say the last few years, people have lost their jobs for
Yes.
done on the internet or said on the internet.
Yes.
Nobody's really, it's like and it's funny because when I worked at my old job, I would tell younger people that all the time. It's like, when I say stuff on the internet, I know what I'm saying. I've made it like my business to try to make sure that when I'm going to say something, I know what I'm saying and I'm comfortable with what could probably come from it. That's why if I frame stuff, if I mention work, I try to frame it in a way that it won't get me in fucking trouble. I know people are all about this give no fucks attitude.
No, you have to.
Yeah, you better give a fuck, because if you don't give a fuck, then you're gonna get fucked. That's the bottom line.
It's called the unemployment line.
Exactly, because it's like, you can't just. I don't know why people feel like the internet is a place where they can just run wild and not have to deal with anything. It's not. No, that's not how it works. It really bothers me that people really think that. That's why, like, I don't know. I try to like make sure now when I say stuff, um, if I go back and I listen, like maybe I shouldn't have said that, I'll address it because I don't want anybody to come back and try to peg me to the wall for. And it's sad because you got to do that more now because there's so many people out there who don't give a damn and say whatever. So I don't know.
Those of you that are not in the Facebook group, I challenge you to get in a couple. Mike, I'm gonna add you to a couple of mine, and I just want you to just look.
You want to see me go nuts? That's all. You know I'm gonna be fucking angry. Stuff like that angers me because like I started YouTube doing more gaming stuff. You won't believe how fucking juvenile it can get with people having conversations about video fucking games.
Yeah.
How caught up in their feelings they get.
Yeah.
How like just it's ridiculous. And it's like you do realize you're acting like this is a goddamn video game, right? But they just be going extremely wild.
Yes, they do. I'm not a gamer, so I'll put that out there. However, I do have a gamer that he lives, well, I can't even say he lives in my house. I'm going to say he lives in a corner of my house because he is forever in his room. I do not see him unless he is coming down for food or to go to work. So 99.9% of his time in my house is spent upstairs in his room. And I remember, because I try to be inclusive of their lives and, he plays games. So I was like, well, mommy's gaming is limited. I like to play stuff like Madden, Call of Duty, NBA, 2K. Shut up, Mike. The basic stuff. But
I was just thinking, why are you playing Call of Duty? Yeah.
I like it. Whatever.
I'm not saying it's a bad game. It's just that I know that's like one of the biggest breeding grounds for like lunatics on the internet.
That's what I was gonna say. So I'm not on there a lot. I just wanted to, spend some time with my kiddo. So one day I am, just to give y'all a visual, he has a desk and his desk is up against, say, this wall. And then his bed is like here. So I can lay in the bed and I can kind of watch him. So one day he was playing his game and he had on his little headset. Speaking of which, he has my headset. He has my gaming headset up there. I normally have it in my office. I'm gonna get it. But so he has on his little headset and he's talking and he's playing. Well, so I decided I'm gonna go in his room and I'm going to just hang out with him. He has his headset on, so he doesn't realize that I'm in the room. And I think I was maybe 2 feet in the room. And this guy just went to the left. I don't even remember what game they were playing, but he just goes, "You gotta watch your flank. You gotta watch your fucking flank. You're gonna get us all killed. You're a bastard. You don't deserve to be in the Corps. You don't deserve to be on the team." I'm like, what in the hell? This is a game. And
no, it's not. This is fucking real life.
And my son was like, "Yo, we got it. We can recover. No worries." The guy was like, "Fuck you too. You're not serious about it. I'm done." And like he just disappears off the screen.
That's actually a pretty lighthearted story.
And I'm like, what? So, of course, being mommy, I'm like, oh my gosh, he doesn't need to play this game. He don't need to be around these people, because he was only, well, I say only, but he was 17 at the time. And then I kind of backed out the room and closed the door. And I think I tried to call you, but I think you were working or something. So I called my other friend, who is a gamer, and he said, yeah, that's nothing. He said, you should see it when it's a group of grown men and you can tell that everybody's been drinking, everybody's been doing whatever in how they talk to each other. And he said that for me, because I'm not a gamer, it's a video game. But for them, it is real life. They are in the moment, they are in battle, they are in whatever.
The competitive nature gets really, really high for some people. They get extremely competitive when it comes to video games.
Huh.
Yeah.
Y'all need to quit that.
I will say stuff because I'm fucking around and I'm being silly, but at the most part, I don't care.
Yes, because you like to poke the bear.
Huh?
You like to poke the bear.
No, I'm not going to say stuff to people. Like, I don't know. Like, one, I don't talk in chat. Like, if I talk, it's me and my friends in our own personal chat. Like, my extent of foolishness is if I like say get killed, I'll like fuck, scream, like express anger at dying, but I'm not sitting there talking shit to people. You know what I mean? And like I said, it's always if I'm talking, it's only because I'm around people I know, or like if I'm live streaming, I'll do it then to engage with the chat. But otherwise, it's not that serious to me. It really isn't. I'm just out here having fun being dumb, you know? But a lot of people are really highly into the competitive thing. I mean, it's funny because I was supposed to talk about this on another video. This writer for video games got harassed because he posted footage of himself playing a game while he was talking about doing a review of the game, and he wasn't that good at the game. Well, the internet came down on him because, like, why would you post? They should never have hired you. You suck at video games. Your opinion means nothing because you're not good. Like, they fucking like told him he should lose his job because he's not as good at video games as they think he should be.
Wow.
It's that fucking serious. And you haven't lived until you've had a 10-year-old call you the N-word as well, I guess, online. It gets that like bad. Like it can be extremely toxic. It's wild.
You make me want to go upstairs and take both of his computers, his laptop, and all three of his freaking gaming systems, like now, and just put it in the trunk of my car and hope that the good old Texas heat gets to it.
No, I mean, you can meet a lot. Again, it's like the same thing with us. You can meet people who are cool, but you're always going to have that like really bad element, and those are the ones that stand out the most, of course, because they're the loudest, the most vocalist. It's the loud minority, sadly, and they dictate it's the same thing with the rest of the internet. They dictate the image that people have of it. So,
well, hey guys, if any of you are part of any great Facebook groups, let me know. I'll join them. Not the gaming ones, because I'm not gonna. I mean, I'm just gonna be in there like, y'all do what? Say what? What? How? Huh? Yeah. And I don't need y'all coming for me because I'm just a noob trying to learn, and I'm not really into video games. But if you got any games I can play on my phone or on my iPad, I'm all for those. But
you'd be surprised how serious those can get too.
Oh shit! People, what?
Look up Clash of Clans and see how serious they get.
You know what? I seen on because I only do free games, guys. If it's something I gotta buy, I'm not gonna do that. But of course, with the free games, you have to look at the ads from time to time. And for like the longest time, Clash of Clans was like, I'm like, what is this game? And I never download because it just, I mean, I'm a girly. So I like flowers and butterflies and unicorns and sparkly things and glitter. So that just didn't interest me. But to me, it looks like the same type of games that you play on the computer or on the gaming systems. So yeah, but no, I played boring games like Slingo and hidden object games, but my favorite is my grid logic problems. But yeah, but if any of you are in any good Facebook groups or know of any good Facebook groups, let me know. Me and Mike will join them. We'll cause a little havoc in there. I've been in Facebook groups for a few years. I've never been kicked out of one before, but I have a lot of friends who have, because the emotion gets so high that I call it, you're in your feelings, and oh, you said you didn't like the shirt I had on in my picture. Well, you're out of here, but yeah. So good Facebook groups. I want to join them.
That's crazy. Man, people just make too much drama.
Of course. Yeah. Of course.
All right. So
Mike's favorite topic?
What? I don't know if it's my favorite topic.
I thought you were going to talk about the prom thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if this is my favorite topic. Videos have gone viral. This little girl, I'll put the link in the description. So, long story short, somebody decided that just walking into the prom wasn't enough. Nor was walking into the prom in a good outfit enough. Put on a whole fucking production where they reenacted like the Beyonce formation video, basically. And the poor boy, I'm so like, I feel for him because he had to stand there and watch this shit and be like, this is really a thing I got to deal with. Like, I know he wish he never asked her to go to the prom. I would be too. I'd be like, nah. In fact, he should have walked away. But
no,
good on him for standing by his woman, I guess.
No, he should not have walked away. It was uncomfortable for him. But no, he should not have walked away. And for those of you that don't know what we're talking about, the young lady. Okay, wait a minute. I'm gonna give y'all the synopsis, but I'm definitely gonna speak on it. So she does, I call it the prom presentation, which is essentially where these folks present themselves to their family and their friends before going out to prom. And she had a whole production. She had an actual choreographer that came in. He was actually the first guy that came out. He was the choreographer. And then she had a second young lady that came out and completed with the whole smoke machine. And then on the formation part where Beyonce says, and I slay, the young lady comes out and reveals herself. And this whole production was what, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, something like that. However long.
Damn long.
Well, definitely. And so that's the video that has gone viral. I first seen it, somebody shared it on Facebook, and then I went to the actual page because I was like, okay, this can't be real life. And so, but it was an actual page and a real post. I thought somebody had did like a mock-up or a fake status and did that, but no, it was his real status. And my thoughts, let me just say this. I went to prom. My baby girl went to like 2 or 3 proms. My oldest went to 2 or 3 proms. We've done the prom thing. I'm definitely prommed out. I'm so glad that it's over. First off, let's talk about the video. Mike, make sure you put the link in there so people know what I'm talking about. First off, your drunk aunt is there watching the whole thing with her wine glass or her glass of liquor. That's number one. And,
Oh man.
and it's in plain view. That's number one. Number two, had that been my son, I would have applauded him for not walking off, but we would have had a Christian counseling session about his choice in dates because that was a bit much. Three, you got this whole presentation. You got balloons outside. Her balloons were yellow and black, reminiscent of the beehive. Her dress was yellow, probably referencing lemonade. And you did all of this. Like I expected baby girl to step out there and slay for real. Mike, I know you don't care about fashion and none of that. Her dress did not slay. Her dress was a dress. I'm not gonna even talk about that. Her dress was a dress. That's all I'm gonna say about it. Her dress was a dress. She didn't slay. She didn't bring it. She didn't. And then what I think about is at the beginning, you know, they play the whole beginning where the guy goes, I'm not playing with you hoes. I came to slay, bitch. And I'm like, oh, she finna kill it. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, this is long as hell, but I still want to get to the end. I still want to see what the end result is. And when she came out, I kid y'all not, I was sitting at my computer. I think I was on my laptop. But I was in the bed and I'm like writing notes or whatever because I got my little iPad up there with my book. But I'm still, after that part, I said,
And that's the part when he should have walked off because he had on his nice tuxedo.
Nice.
Good. He's standing outside waiting for her. Long ass thing. The whole neighborhood sitting here watching. You know, they're recording this, all this, like you said, her drunk aunt out there embarrassing people further. Then this is what I'm waiting for. Like, at least you should have came out and did part of the dance.
No, she came to slay.
All right.
And then on top of that, I'm thinking, you got a smoke machine, you got balloons. Obviously, y'all are providing liquor because it's out there. You got babies running everywhere. You got this. I felt bad for the young man because he had to watch this man on them steps gyrate and twist and twirl and do all of that. He can't even watch because I'm a man. I don't want to see that.
I think he was turned around looking like,
yeah, and
he just had that face like, man.
And then some of the comments, like I went, Jesus. There was a comment that said they put all this money into the decorations. They should have been putting the money into her dress in the house. And I had to go back and look at it because I was like, what about that?
Yeah, it was just like the most plainest house, most plainest dress. Production values were nice, I guess, but why would you spend that much money for that too, as a parent? Because you know, unless she's working and she just saved up all her money, like since she saw the Beyonce video to do this, no one should have invested in that. It's definitely not the parents. If my child came to me and was like, "Dad, this is what I want to do when I go to the prom," you paying for it?
Shit.
Because I'm not.
I don't care who paying for it. I'm not subscribing, co-signing.
And it's not going to be on my front porch either. You better go to your friend's house and do that shit.
Foolishness and fuckery, I tell you.
Extremely. Which brings me to the topic at hand. What the hell is wrong with kids? Like, seriously. Seriously, what? Why do kids? Oh my god! And I'm not going to sit here and be like the whole this generation is horrible because honestly, I've always said that a lot of the stuff that goes on now is kind of due to my generation. The reason I say that is because when I was in be honest, when you were in high school, there were a lot of things that before weren't accepted, but started to become more accepted or more commonplace, like certain behavior around kids.
I don't necessarily think that that was our generation. I do. No, I'm not going to say that it was our generation. I'm going to say that it was our parents or the lack of parenting that called for that. Because think of it this way. Your mom was the same way as my mom. I know that just from the few times that I actually heard her talk or talked to her or the stories that we exchanged. Our parents played no games. Our parents were, you're going to go to school to learn, you're going to do what I tell you to do, you like all of that. However, in our generation growing up, that's when I believe society went from you need to punish your kids and ass whoopings, as we say down south. You can no longer do that. So it was no, you can't touch your child, you can't discipline your child, you can't do it. I think that part of it is what made it to where it is now. Also, teen parenting skyrocketed at that time. And so we had a lot of parents that were kids themselves, and they were growing up with their kid. So that played a role in it too. Because I know that my mom, oh my gosh, I'll never forget this. I got in trouble at school. And my mom came up there. Well, I'm all bad and tough when they talking about, well, we're gonna call you. We'll call it in. Call it. Boy, my mom came up there and embarrassed the hell out of me. Jeez. My mom came up.
I think the reason I say our generation is probably partially because the parents played a part, but I don't know. I just feel like it's like the whole it's kind of cool to be a teen parent type of thing started to grow more. It was more commonplace.
Yep.
To see teen parents when I was in high school. Um, to see girls dressed very provocative or dudes like with their style of dress and stuff like that, the pants hanging down and all of that. Kids getting away with a lot more disrespect towards teachers. I feel like that became more of an accepted norm when I was in high school, and it just grew from that. Because I don't know. I mean, and I can't speak for my brothers and sisters, but I can't imagine that things were like that for, like, say, my mom to be the way she was. I can't imagine a teacher letting her pop off and her not getting in trouble, and my grandmother not backing up the teacher. Because I used to see people come in and their kids get in trouble, and they used to want to fight the teachers and the like administrators for calling them out of their way for their kids getting in trouble. They used to be defending their kids.
That still happens.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying, but I don't think that happened before. Like then.
Yeah, I can't ever remember as a student being younger. I can't ever remember a parent coming up there and saying, you know what, Mr. Jones, you had no business treating because when my mama came, my mom came to the school once, and never again. Because when she came, she not only embarrassed me, but she called me out on what I did wrong in front of the administrators. And I learned from my mom. I learned that from her. And the rule in my house was I will come up there to the school every day to back you when you're right, because you're going to respect the adults. But you got one time for me to come up there for some foolishness. And that's going to be my last time. And they all knew that. I think that with our generation, we are so used to, I think our generation, well, you might be right. What the kids are doing now, we're the parents of that generation. And I think that we let a lot of things slide that our parents wouldn't have let slide. We let the kids get away with a lot of things. Because when the kids were in high school here, I remember going up there and I'm standing in the office waiting to check them out. And a young man came in and he swung the door open so hard that it bent all the way back and the glass shattered out of it. And his mom was in there like, sit down. And he says, no, bitch. Like it was, and she's just like, don't talk to me like that.
Man, I wish I would.
What? Don't talk to me like that. Oh, you don't
Man,
have to worry about it because
you like
your tongue.
how parents were. My parents were. One time at my grandmother's house, my grandmother's like yelling at me for something I did. So you know how we're little kids, we walk away,
Yep.
we mumble stuff under our breath.
Yes.
I mumbled under my breath, I can't stand her, not knowing that she heard that. She heard that and was like, okay, told my mom.
Ooh.
I'm up in my room out of nowhere. My mom comes in. So you want to talk to your grandmother like that, huh? Got one of the worst ass whippings of my life. All I remember is after it, I ran into my grandmother's room crying, begging her forgiveness because my mom was not having that. I was not going to disrespect my grandmother like that. And I'd never done it ever again.
I remember I disrespected my grandmother and I was an adult. I was like, I can't remember what it was. I think I was into it with somebody at my grandmother's house and my grandmother said something and I must have put my head on a swivel and said something smart to her and jumped in my car and went home. And my mom called me and was like, I'm on my way to your house to beat your ass because you're not talking to my mama like that. And at the time, my saving grace was that we lived on base and my mom didn't have base privileges. But if my mom could have got to me, well, with that,
she would.
Yeah, it's no games. Even now, like, you know, I let my kiddos get away with certain things. And then I've even told their dad, I'm like, they don't respect me the way that they respect you. But then I figured it out. It's not that they don't respect me. That's not it. They know that I'm going to let them get away with certain things and they know that I'm a softie. So, I mean, there have been times where Chantel has said something or done something and I'm like, that mouth. And she'll say, Mom, I'm sorry. So I think that, you know, we let them get away with a lot more. Also, to me, taking discipline out of schools is a big problem. And these kids are quick. Well, some kids, not mine. They're quick to say, oh, I'll call the child abuse hotline. I've already told mine. If you ever get bold enough to call, you better be brave enough to leave. Because damn it, when they come, your ass is out of here. You going with them.
Oh, my mom would threaten them. She should like call them if you want. They can get their ass whipped too. My mom was playing.
So I don't think that the kids now, I think that, you know, it's a different type of beast. Like I remember going outside and playing all day. My kids didn't do that. And it was so funny. We were moving. And you know, with the military, you move every so many years. But we were moving. We got to the new base and to the new house. And our household goods hadn't came. So that meant my son didn't have his games.
Oh, Lord.
And at that time, he hadn't really gotten into the gaming, but he was getting there. And I remember him and his sister was laying around the house and was like, we're bored. We're bored. We're bored. I'm like, well, go outside. Mike, I got the outside.
Yeah, what
What's
language is
that?
this?
Yeah, yes. And I was like, you guys need to go outside and play. My parents was like, what is this you speak of? Like it was foreign to them. So they don't have a lot of the things that we had. I mean,
Yeah. Even when they go out and play, it's not the way we were.
it's
Like,
different.
I
Yes,
know kids around here, they're not really playing. They're just out there causing trouble
yes.
because there's really no playgrounds anymore.
Yep.
Um, like we used to have a playground at our school, which wasn't that far. There used
And
to
in
be
the
a
neighborhood.
neighborhood playground,
Yep.
all that. Don't get that no more.
No, and my nephew is 8. If I say, nephew, go outside and play, he'll be like, well, what am I going to do out there? Even when he comes to visit me, I'm like, nephew, go outside and play. What am I going to do? Well, you're right. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Or now his favorite thing to say, when I say, nephew, go outside and play, he'll say, okay, I'm going to go outside and play. But can I take either your laptop or your laptop or your iPad outside under your gazebo and play? Like that's playing outside to him.
Yeah.
He still has the same stuff, but he's outside. I'm like, no. Well, what am I supposed to do outside? So I'm like, all right, well, let's go outside together. And then we find stuff, but kids don't know how to play. Um, they're disrespectful. And I laugh at my mom all the time because my mom didn't let, we weren't supposed to listen to rap music. But my brother, I'll never forget it. He had this tape and we had a little tape player. We each had our own. And when my mom wasn't there, I would hear him playing this tape loud too. And I'd be like, ooh, what is that? That sounds so different. Because at that time, all I listened to was gospel music. So I was like, what is that? And he was blasting. And one day I snuck in his room and I got the tape. He was gone. And I put it in my tape player. And my mom was gone too. So I put it in my tape player. I wasn't playing it as loud as him because I didn't want to get caught. But it was too short.
Oh Lord.
It was too short. And me and my mom, we just had this conversation the other day because we were talking about the difference in kids now and then, blah, blah. And I was like, I remember walking to the store and I remember not being afraid of like strangers or being kidnapped. And then I told my mom, I said, but I also remember you used to tell me that our music was the devil. And my response to that was always, 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 but mom, you guys have your same type of music. It just doesn't put it out there the same. So my mom's like, well, name one. I was like, it's a song. I don't know who sing it. I said, but the words are don't jump my pony if you can't ride. I said, certainly the lady didn't have a horse that she was talking about. I said, and then there was another song called Candy Liquor. Certainly the man don't have a sucker that he talking about. So my mom was like, touche. And I was like, and now I feel the same way about my kids' music. I'm like, that shit is ridiculous. That is not real music. Like Panda, oh my gosh.
Okay,
I just
see,
love the beat. I just love the beat because I don't
yeah, the
know
beat
what
is
the hell he's saying. And even he was on, it was something posted to Facebook, but he went through and he was telling, like saying what the words were. I still was lost. I was like, what?
because it don't make no goddamn sense. He's just saying words. And the people get mad at me when I say like music sucks now, and they be like, "Well, whatever." It's not that I'm old or that I don't quote unquote understand. If you really listen to what they're saying, they're not saying anything. Like I get what he's trying to say because he says like, "Well, this is what it's supposed to mean." But you talking about blue and red Fantas and all of that. No, you're just putting together words that you feel rhyme because you don't really know how to write or to rhyme. And most of your stuff doesn't rhyme. So you're just taking terms and just throwing them together in a rhythmic way. And that's what I feel like a lot of these rappers do. And it's just like, no, try to actually create something. But they don't have to because these kids think it's the greatest thing in the world, and I don't get it. Like,
Good segue for my next thing.
go ahead.
That was a good segue, right?
Thank you.
It really, really was. Music. And I already know your answer. I'm just going to ask it anyways. Music. Okay. So most of us know where our music came from, blah, blah, blah. Do you feel like there is any artist today that is genuinely putting out good quality music? Or do you think that they are just riding the wave of what's popular?
I think it's a little both.
What's the last good R&B album?
What was that?
What was the last good R&B album?
Like I like The Weeknd.
I love him.
I love his style.
But I love him. Yes.
Yeah, I like that. And if you actually really listen to his words, again, this goes back to me, like, because I guess coming from the era that we were in, especially when it came to hip hop and R&B, they still talked about things.
Yes.
And they still put messages and things like that in their songs. So when I listen to The Weeknd, like, it sounds crazy when you hear I Can't Feel My Face, but if you really pay attention, you realize this guy is talking about how bad drug abuse can be. Or you listen to The Hills Have Eyes. He's talking about himself like having a really fucked up personality and alienating people and being in bad relationships. But it's hard for people to see that because now, again, people say whatever the fuck. So nobody's really paying attention to the words. It ends up becoming all about the music, the beat, and not about the words. But when you get people like him, to me, they get lost because nobody's really out there trying to do what he's doing. Same thing with like Kendrick Lamar or J. Cole. You know, J. Cole especially. He's one of the greatest storytellers of this generation.
Man.
He's lost in the wash because he's not talking about having cars that look like pandas.
Yes. J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, the last good R&B album, The Weeknd's was good. But I loved, and it's not recent or new, but Tyrese's last album, that was an amazing album to me. That was amazing.
It's hard. Like, I don't listen to as much music as I used to because I used to love music.
Yeah, I know.
Because I have to search for it.
Yeah,
I can't listen to the radio. I'm not going to find much on the radio.
No, you're not. I don't listen to the radio. Let me take that back. I don't listen to the local radio stations. I listen to satellite radio. And probably because it's free, because I ain't paying for it. But it came with my car. So I have like a 3-year subscription for free. But I listen to satellite radio a lot. Dion Deezy is a DJ on, I think it's The Heat, maybe. Is one of them. But I listen to him. He plays a lot of good music. And I think he's actually their programmer. So I think he actually selects the music. He puts on good music. And then on Friday nights, Chris Styles is a good DJ. He breaks good music too. I listen to a lot of Chris Styles SoundCloud. And I find a lot of new music through Chris Styles and Dion Deezy. But then also, because I have an iPhone, but I have the Apple Music subscription. So I go And what I normally do is I see what the kids have downloaded. And then I'll go in there and I'll listen to a couple of things. And if it's good, it's good. If it's not, like Tanashi, to Tanashi.
I think that's how you pronounce it. I
I
don't
love
know how to
her.
pronounce it.
Yeah, I love some of her stuff. Tayana Taylor does very good. I think that Tayana Taylor is actually underrated because she puts out pretty good music. But I listen to music for the words. Most people are just bobbing their head to the beat.
Yeah, that's me too. It's funny. That's why I probably listen to less hip hop and R&B than I ever did. I listen to a lot of pop now. To be going honest.
Ah,
Yeah, because if you listen to the pop stations, you actually could find some songs where people talk about stuff. Like, what's her name? The girl who does the song called "Here." For some reason, I can't remember her name.
it's a song. That's the name of the song called Here.
Yeah,
Look it up.
I
Here.
am because I know Elisa Cara.
Oh, I just found it.
Yeah, Elisa Cara.
I've never heard this song.
You should listen to it. It's a good song, really good song. I'll listen to her. I will listen to what's the name of her? Sia, like SIA or Sia. I don't know.
Oh, I love her. Man,
I'll
yeah.
listen to her.
She's amazing.
You know, stuff like that. Because even the R&B artists are getting like ridiculous now.
And I'm trying to think of what was the first song you ever heard from Sia?
Oh God, what was the name of that song?
Chandelier.
No, it wasn't Chandelier because she had an album before that. Shit. Now I gotta look it up. By the way, I didn't know she was that old, too.
How old is she?
She's 40.
Oh, that ain't old.
I just saying I didn't know she was that old. Like I thought she was younger, but
Well, and then a lot of people thought that she was a newbie to the scene when she first came out, and she's not. She's actually written for different people. Like I think she wrote a song for even Beyonce.
oh, where's her first album? Yeah, she probably had. It's funny because that's how a lot of people are. They start out writing, and people don't realize that's where they come from.
Let's see. She wrote Pretty Hurts by Beyonce.
Okay.
She's written for Katy Perry, Maroon 5, Leah Michelle, Christina Aguilera, Shakira, Rihanna. She wrote Diamonds for Rihanna.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Man. She's written for Jamie Foxx. She wrote Standing on the Sun by Beyonce. She wrote that. Let Me Love You by Neo.
You see, that doesn't surprise me.
Huh?
That doesn't surprise me, but you don't hear about her because she's just gotten big in as far as her being an artist. And
Right.
Chandelier was the song that kind of made her bigger, but there was another song that she did, and I can't think of the name.
Well, I mean, because I, of course, this new Apple Music sucks, by the way. It does.
Man, you the one who using the Apple product.
I mean, the layout sucks.
It didn't before.
No, the layout at first it really did not. Okay. Now let me go back. Artists. See, people, we look for stuff while we're on the air. Where is Selena Johnson at? You know,
It's going crazy.
Oh shit.
She just
Stevie
defended some
Wonders.
foolishness.
She did what?
She defended somebody's foolishness the other
Oh.
day.
And then
She was defending what's her name, Stephen Curry's wife for
Aisha Curry.
yeah
For what? Her comment
for
about
that comment about that she deleted about the game being rigged after her husband lost.
okay, this is her album from 2014. Chandelier, Big Girls Cry, Burn the Pages, Eye of the Needle, Hostage, Straight for the Knife, Fair Game, Elastic Heart, Free the Animal, Fire Meet Gasoline, Cellophane, and Dressed in Black.
Probably Straight for the Knife.
Okay. She's a bad woman. I love her. And I think Chandelier became more popular because they did the dance to that on Dancing with the Stars.
Probably I don't watch Dancing with the Stars, so I wouldn't know.
You don't?
I don't know. You know I don't watch reality TV.
Oh. Well, my guilty pleasure right now is Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
Them people. Oh my God. Stop it, people, watching that show.
That transgender dude. Girl.
Y'all to not watch that show. Seriously. Serious. Don't watch the show.
Okay. Don't watch it, guys. Fine. Whatever.
And then I'm gonna get a million comments and be like, boy, what's wrong with you?
Right. What else you got to talk about today?
That was pretty much it. You know, we've covered all our topics. Is there anything else going out there? I don't think so. I mean, I'm sure there's always going to be some foolishness coming down the way. But I guess I'll just close this up then by saying the usual. Basically, you can get the audio form on Stitcher, SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Play. So if you don't want to watch the video, you can always just subscribe to one of those. As soon as we post the video, right after I post the audio, so you don't have to watch. You just subscribe to us on there. You'll be able to listen to it on the go.
Yeah, mine auto downloads to my phone as soon as you post it.
Yeah, mine's do too. So please go ahead, get one of those apps. Go ahead and download it and listen there.
Guys, I'm still waiting for your questions.
I was just about to say, and then if you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to hit us at wiseguygse@gmail.com or at wiseguygse on Twitter. And yeah, guys, you still have to have a question. It'd be funny because we got a smart ass question.
Did we really?
Yeah, I blocked it because it wasn't worth.
What was it?
Yeah, I'll tell you afterwards because it's not something.
Oh, okay.
I'm mad that I mentioned it because that's pretty much all the person wanted was attention. That's why they put it up there. It was one of those. It goes back to what we were saying about the internet and people just saying shit, just saying it type of thing. So, but I'll tell you later. But you can find me, of course, on there or at Black Magus. You can find Katina at Poetic Thinking. The Poetic Thinking one?
No, it's just at Poetic Thinking.
It's Poetic Thinking? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, and I see it on the screen as I look at it.
Duh.
Fuck. It's fine.
You don't seem to have a problem remembering whenever you have Prince coming across my damn screen.
That's because all I had to do is just type in the beginning of your name. That's the first thing that pops up. So it works that way. In fact, I need to send you another Prince thing just because. Just to say that. Yeah.
The King. I don't know when you're posting this, but we do know one of our next upcoming topics is going to be the BET Awards. I don't know if Mike is watching them, but
shit, is that tonight?
That is tonight.
Okay, so at this time it's Sunday that we're recording. I usually post these on Tuesdays, so we'll have digest that. Oh my god! You know what? I don't have cable, but I'm gonna find it and watch it somewhere, just because. just because since you want to talk about this, I'm going to subject myself to the bullshit.
Well, I will be honest. I love their tributes, like the Michael Jackson tribute that Chris Brown did was amazing. Tonight they're gonna do the Prince tribute. I want to see that because the first tribute was some BS, and so we need for it to be done right. So I hope they don't have Madonna on this joint trying to salvage or none of that. No, and I don't mind them having Stevie Wonder. I think that would be a nice taste if they did, but there's no guarantee that he's going to do it. But I know that Maxwell is part of it, so I'm excited to see him.
I guess I'll watch. I probably don't need to watch because y'all gonna be going off on Twitter and Facebook.
You know what? I don't even. Well, no, I don't log on to Twitter or Facebook when I'm trying to watch it, which I won't watch it live anyways because I don't like commercials. So I'll record it and then I'll probably watch it tomorrow. So.
Okay. I'll see if I can catch it. I mean, I'll try. I'm gonna try. For you, I'll try.
Well, you need to go. You need to watch it just for the Prince.
Yeah, that's the other thing too, just to see what the Prince tribute is. But
well, wait till tomorrow. It'll be up on YouTube.
I'm gonna be pissed.
Well, you know somebody's gonna throw it up on YouTube or somewhere.
Yeah. Like I said, my Facebook timeline, every performance that stands out, guarantee you it's gonna be on there.
So yeah. But we're definitely gonna be talking about that.
Yeah, Lord help me.
You know what? Maybe we can give them a double play on Tuesday.
What, you want to do a reaction show to it?
Yeah.
Oh Lord. Okay, so I'm gonna have to watch it now. We'll do that. We will do a special reaction show to the BET Awards.
So when are you watching it? Because I ain't watching it until tomorrow.
If I can't catch it tonight, I'll probably do like you, get a recording, watch it. And
yeah, I'm gonna record it. I think it comes on. Let me.
Like 8, right?
Probably, yeah. Well,
I'm not watching the pre-show shit though.
I don't watch the pre-show or the after show.
Yeah, because that is extreme bullshit. I remember that one year I watched, and they had what was the name of the group? The dudes who did the grind with me, or whatever it's called. Oh gosh, with Pleasure P in the group. What did they call themselves?
I don't know.
It was an all-male group. Y'all know who I'm talking about when I said Pleasure P.
Yeah.
But yeah, his group. They had them on stage performing live during the pre-show. And they're just on there just like grinding and shit like that. I'm like, is this what you want?
Really?
Like, yeah, it was the weirdest thing. Pretty Ricky, that's their name.
Sure he is.
Yeah. They were like yeah. I was just like, nah, come on. Really, BD. So come on. But,
well, you know, sometimes they just do it just for the ratings. But let's see. Okay, so the performers, Nick, Young Thug, come on now. Okay.
Already.
Right.
Already.
Young Thug, I'm not looking forward to that. Fat Joe, he performs pretty good.
Song.
Chloe times Haley. Those are the two young ladies signed by Beyonce. I don't like their new song, but whatever. Remy Ma's in there. Definitely want to check her out. Jennifer Hudson. I need to see what she's doing. Is she there for Prince or not? French Montana. Yeah, whatever. Stevie Wonder. Shut your mouth. He might be in the Prince tribute. Designer.
Shit.
My girl, Miss Erykah Badu, come on through. Yes. Tori Kelly, I don't even know who that is. Future, Bilal.
Okay.
Bilal may be in the Prince tribute.
Yeah, he probably is.
Usher, Bryson Tiller, Alicia Keys, Maxwell, Sheila E. You know she's in the Prince tribute.
Yeah. Oh, they got Sheila E. Yeah, I gotta watch that.
Yes. Janelle Monáe, you know she's in the Prince tribute. Gotta be. And The Roots.
They're probably in the Prince tribute too, because more than likely they'll be playing the music.
Yes. And I love The Roots. They are phenomenal.
They are.
But it starts at 8 p.m. your time, 7 p.m. my time. So I know that I won't watch it because I'll be in my swing out class. So
Okay.
but those are the ones. And then of course most of the nominees will be there. So I'm excited to see that too. And
Okay, so just know that when you guys see this, we will also be recording reactions that will follow this video. So yeah, it's gonna happen. I'm gonna curse out a lot of artists.
well,
Especially Young Thugs. It's fucking shit.
well, check this out. Best female hip hop artist. The nominees are Dej Loaf, Missy Elliott, Remy Ma, Nicki Minaj, and Lil' Kim. It's going down.
I'm trying to figure out what most of them have even done to be nominated.
Well, Missy has that new song. Remy Ma, she's on that.
Wow, she got out of jail
and got married.
Congratulations. Whatever. All right, let's go because I'm getting pissed just thinking about the Young Thug. Oh my God.
I can't wait to do this reaction show. Guys, listen. I'm sure most of you know how Mike is anyways. But baby, wait until you see him with...
I'm going to be drinking, just spoilers. I'm going to be drinking.
You're going to have to be drinking. Just
I have to.
Yeah.
I seriously do. Fuck, yes. Yes.
I'm going to be sober. But it's going to be fun. So yes.
Yeah, I had to drink while I watch this. All right, everybody. Thank you again for watching and listening. And we will see you next time on this god-awful idea that's going to enrage me. All right, everybody.
Bye, guys.